620 AM.
Please read the prompter out loud. I always do. This is for you with love from your staff, your crew, and a legendary mystery guest. What am I reading? As you know, for our farewell season, we asked if you would please let us surprise you this year. And you agreed. Don Johnson was the first, okay? The next surprise is waiting in the wings with one of your favorites.
Jake Hartford.
As I was passing by a real fine hotel, a chick was walking out, and she was looking swell. Now, I give her the eye and started to carry on. When a Cadillac pulled up, and the chick was gone. It should have been me with that real fine chick. It should have been me with that real fine chick. Hey, hey, driving that Cadillac.
You know, we have a story coming up on blind prostitutes coming up next. You know what they say about blind prostitutes? You really have to hand it to them.
What's with that pinhead man?
You had no choice, Roy. It was the only way you could prove there was no conflict of interest.
He don't know dick. You know that man? He don't know dick. And what about you? I mean, you are the assistant deputy district attorney, aren't you? I mean, can't you fix it for me?
I'm sorry, Roy. It's too late.
Just like that, huh? Too late, Roy. Well, I'll tell you something. This country's going to the dogs. You know, it used to be when you bought a politician, that son of a bitch stayed bought.
Now I've called the shot. Get off the pot. I really gotta fly. Gotta be going to that malt shop in the sky.
Good morning, everybody. Coming up to 5:11, 11 past 5. This is the September 18th edition of the Awake with Jake show. Our phone number, 591-8900. You wish to email me, you can. Jake@WLSAM.com. You can text me to 68683. Put in WLSAM in the message, or you can join the Facebook group. It's go to Facebook and go Jake Hartford Show. That's the way we're going to do it. Today's word is arrogance. That is today's word. And for you people, when I paused the bandwagon last week for the White Sox, and I gave you the chance to get off, For those of you who stayed on, you have yourselves to blame. Bandwagon has crashed. I think it's crashed into the Cubs bandwagon. It really has. The opening segment today, for those trying to figure out what was in there and what it all means, we had a little Robert Blake, his birthday today, born in 1933, I believe. I believe he's still alive. He beat that. Did he beat that the murder rap? We also had a little Fred Willard, born in 1939. Jack Warden, very, very good actor, born in 1920. I think he's dead. And then we had Frankie Avalon, who would be 70 years old today. Wow. On this day in history, not much. I got to tell you, not much. 1938, the Chicago Bears beat Green Bay Packers 2-0. They were really rolling up the score in that game. And talk about global disruption. Not global warming, it's now global disruption. Temperature disruption, whatever they're calling it. In 1919, there was a hurricane. Tides reached 16 feet above normal along the Gulf Coast. 280 people drowned. That's a lot. 7 years later, in 1926, a hurricane hit Miami, killed 250. They had some global warming going on then, didn't they? And can I just start out, first arrogant award of the day? Senator Lisa Murkowski, Republican out of Alaska. She lost in the primary to Jim Miller, and she announced last night she's going to run as a write-in candidate to keep her Senate seat. That is arrogance. She is, I don't even know what word I can use to describe her, but it's arrogant. Paul in Arlington Heights, good morning, sir. Welcome to the show.
Well, good morning, Jake. Now, I failed to do this last week, so I want to make sure I get my prediction in for this week. The Bears score contest.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, I saw something on Jake's Facebook page.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well, just in case there is something like this going on, I predict Dallas 27, Bears 14.
You don't think the Bears have a great team this year after last week's game?
Oh, what a tainted win. Come on. I mean, what a ridiculous ruling there. I mean, that was clearly a touchdown at the end. Detroit was robbed, and believe me, I'm no Detroit fan, but what's fair is fair. That was the most goofy call I've seen in quite a while, I tell you.
He was supposed to be able to make a football move.
Yeah, well, and then if he would have spiked the ball, he would have gotten in trouble for that, not fair. Well, Jake, I got to ask you, I know not too far away from Green Jakers, they opened up this new sandwich shop called Chick-fil-A, or Chick-fil-A. Was any of your family members there in that tent city to get that year's supply of chicken?
Where was it held?
In Aurora, I guess is the first one, and they showed on the news all these people are camped out. I guess they had some drawing where 100 people would receive chicken for a year.
I missed that. I would have been there.
Yeah, there you go.
I would have camped out for days for that.
And then, I noticed on your Facebook page yesterday where you were asking people how long have they been listening to your show. Now, is this an indication that we're approaching some kind of broadcast anniversary date for you?
20 years in March.
It will be 20 years in March.
Yeah, right here at this very radio station, WLS. Yes.
Well, very good. Well,
and they are very happy about it too. I may add.
Well, we're going to be very happy when we see you on the TV on this Chicago on the Go on that new NBC digital channel. We can watch you on the TV, turn down the sound, and listen to you on WLS at the same time.
For those who don't know what you're talking about, didn't see Robert Feeder the other day, starting on the 25th of October, I believe it is, the Don and Roma show Monday through Friday and the Rowan Roper show Monday through Friday will be on the digital channel NBC5, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And now, at the beginning of your show, Jake, I'll end with this. On an uplifting note, you mentioned about the prostitute in the car. Well, if you think I'm lying, this is not Jake or fake. You can look at the Daily Herald's website, and the story is in today's paper, apparently. Some stable hand here at Arlington Park was found having amorous relations with a 4-year-old filly. And
yes, that story is in today's Chicago Sun-Times, the bright one.
All right, and then when you look under comments from readers, one of the comments was, well, this isn't my line, this is someone else's line. He said, apparently the stable hand didn't hear the horse say nay. So, on that happy note, Jake, have a good weekend.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you for setting the table. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Here, I want to have a better story, a brighter story. The woman, the person of the day, Susan Miller in Naperville. We should praise that woman. I'll tell you about that in a little bit, too. And we'll get back to more of your calls. 591-8900 is the phone number. It's the 5 o'clock hour. Awake with Jake right here on WLS. Back after this.
Awake with Jake. Jake Hartford. 890 AM. WLS.
Don't ever underestimate the power of we the people.
News happens here.
You're welcome to join the People's Crusade.
First.
This is a referendum on the system and who's in power. Democrats are scared and paranoid.
To make a difference, fighting for the American people.
Keeping you connected to the stories that matter most.
Take this next election serious.
And it also sends a message of weakness.
890 AM.
That's what we Democrats believe in.
WLS.
Sweet Deal Chicago.
Things start changing in September. Sports are starting up and wrapping up. Through it all, I'm still the windpipes of the Windy City. You got it. It's me, Tom Pachork for Rogers Auto Group. Being a longtime White Sox player and broadcaster, to me, the Windy City will always be a winner. Like Rogers Auto Group, famous for their no baloney, low price guarantee. Chosen Chicago's auto store, featuring Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Hyundai, and quality certified pre-owned vehicles. No reason to go anywhere else. It's all here. Savings and service together, right at downtown's doorstep. And the convenience factor will also save you a ton of time. Take it from me, TP, Tom Pachork. Get to Rogers Auto Group today. Chosen Chicago's auto store. Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Hyundai. In the New South Loop, 2720 South Michigan Avenue, and online at rogersautogroup.net.
Sweet Deal Chicago.
Rogers Auto Group, Chicago's auto store.
Enjoy the warm Mediterranean ambiance of authentic Greek dining at the award-winning Greek Islands restaurants. With extra virgin olive oil, seafood, wines, herbs, and spices imported directly from Greece, they provide for you delicious and healthy meals. Favorites include whole Mediterranean sea bass, baked chicken rigatoni, and homemade gyros. Stop in for a cup of their yummy hot egg lemon soup. Grandma claims it heals all ailments. Or get a piece of hearty vegetarian moussaka, the perfect comfort food. Since 1971, the Greek Islands have been Chicago's first choice for great food and reasonable prices. They are the perfect place to meet for a business luncheon, family dinner, or to stop in before a game or show. The Greek Islands restaurants have party rooms to accommodate 10 to 120 people, and now they also provide catering. Visit Greek Islands in Chicago at 200 South Halsted Street or in Lombard at 300 East 22nd Street. Free parking is available. Greek Islands, America's most popular Greek restaurants.
AutoZone. Get the most out of your car with help from AutoZone. Get in the zone. AutoZone. New spark plugs can help maximize engine performance. And right now at AutoZone, you'll save $1.25 per plug after mail-in rebate on longer-lasting Autolite Platinum spark plugs. That's right, save $1.25 per plug. Limit 16. See store for restrictions and details. Give your car some get up and go. And get to AutoZone today. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Right now, every time you buy something, anything with your Discover card, you automatically have a chance to win up to $1 million.
So if I buy these jeans, I could win $1 million.
Yep.
This stainless steel dishwasher?
Uh-huh.
This chocolate bar?
You bet.
This chocolate bar?
Didn't you just buy that?
It's my emergency chocolate.
Oh, gotcha. Remember, using your Discover card could make you a millionaire. Learn more at discover.com. It pays to discover. Visit discover.com/giveaway for alternate entry options.
Nescafé Clásico is more than coffee. It is an invitation to a whole new world. A world where food is a little spicier. Dinners are served a little later and last a little longer. A world where there's no coffee, only café. Nothing captures Latin flavor like the bold taste and aroma of Nescafé Clásico. There, you're invited. Nescafé Clásico. This is not coffee. It's café.
So how many times have you sent a text message while driving? Distracted driving causes over 250,000 injuries and 6,000 deaths annually. Texting while driving can cause injury to you or someone else. Mary & Joy treats the devastating effects of car accidents, including brain, spinal cord, and orthopedic injuries. Injuries that could have been prevented. Got the message yet? Don't text and drive. When you're not driving, please visit maryandjoy.org. Mary & Joy, your best choice for rehabilitation.
Learn to avoid having a financial repeat of 2008. Listen to Securing Your Financial Future with the Goldstone Financial Group. Sunday mornings at 8.
Get the news you need to know about with ABC News Updates. Just minutes away on 890 AM WLS. You're listening to Jake Hartford on 890 AM WLS.
5:23, it's a Saturday morning. If you look out your window and it looks like it's raining, you're right, it's raining. I hope it is, because there's lightning out there, too. That's all I'm going to tell you. It all depends where you are. The woman of the day, well, the citizen of the day, I don't know what to even call this, Susan Miller. Some people would call her a patriot. This story is in this morning's Chicago Sun-Times. It says Susan Miller was so mad that she stepped into dog droppings left by her neighbor's pet. She didn't waste time in sending back a smelly gift, according to police. See, when you see a story, and that's in the first paragraph, according to police, you know it's not going to go well. The Naperville woman allegedly gathered up the excrement and threw it at the neighbor's sliding patio screen Wednesday night. She also strung several plastic bags filled with dog feces on various places on the patio, police said. Miller, who's 43, also swiped a sign asking the apartment complex residents to pick up dog waste and placed it on the dog owner's property, according to police. She was charged with disorderly conduct. Is that right? At what point did she go over the line? Was it the plastic bags that she filled along the patio? I read the story, and one question comes to my mind. How big an animal does that neighbor have? I'm assuming it's a dog, but it doesn't say it's a dog. It just says the neighbor's pet. What do they have, an elephant? She had enough to throw it at the patio door, and then she filled up plastic bags. God. I imagine being that angry that you're filling up, you go home and you get plastic bags. And imagine there's so much dog crap around. Or I'm assuming, again, it's a dog. Let me not... I can't say for sure. The story does not confirm one way or the other if it's a dog or not. God, I hope it's not a cat. That cat's got problems if it's got that much stuff coming out of it. Whoa. Oh, what should she have done? 591-8900, what should she have done? Rather than flinging at the patio door, should she have gone home, gotten herself a big envelope, and mailed it back? Yes, we have a caller that thinks it was a dog, thinks it was a Shih Tzu. Cute little dog, a furry, fluffy little dog. But that breed is not known to drop large quantities. God, I just thought that was a fun story. Susan Miller, a woman who had enough. And she decided to fight back with the only weapon she had, the excrement from the neighbor's animal, from the pet. Man alive. See, wake up. Interrupt your breakfast on a Saturday morning, folks. If you're looking for other stuff, it's Saturday morning. Trying to start your day off with a little smile on your face, and you should be glad it's not your dog. Again, if it was a dog. Oh, by the way, I want to remind people, give you a heads up. Next week's show, we're already planning for next week's show. Gary Summers, good friend of the show. He's from the Antiques Roadshow show. He will be on with me next Saturday for a bit. He will be in town, and he always stops by when he is. So he'll be here. Plan your next. You got to be here next Saturday. And in fact, today, want to plan the rest of your day. This is very special. This is what WLS does for you. And you say to yourself, what have they done? We have got this great lineup here on the weekends. And you got Paul Byrne, 8 o'clock with Drive Chicago, and at noontime you have Bruce Wolf and Dan Proft, and they're on from noon until 2. But what we've done today, in order to give you a great lineup so you can kind of hear all the good stuff in one spot, we have the Notre Dame game tonight. I think Chet Kopik's pregame is something, I will find that out. But what we have Bruce and Dan from noon until 2, and then Eddie and Jobo right after them, and right after them, Kudlow. How about that? Tom in South Holland. Hello, sir. Good morning.
Morning, Jake. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing okay.
Good. Yeah, the only way the woman crossed over the line is the way she picked up the dog feces and redistributed it back onto the neighbor's property. She should have simply picked it up and thrown it back on the neighbor's lawn. Okay? And then you say, what could drive a woman to do something like that? I can understand that, because sometimes it doesn't happen to us very often because our neighbors are pretty nice. But you're going along mowing your front lawn, and you don't realize that you just run over a pile of dog crap. You put your lawnmower in the garage, and the next day when you pop the door of the garage with the odor coming out, you realize you either ran over dog crap the day before or Barack Obama's in there giving a speech.
Now you must have your mower on like mulch. You don't have the grass clippings.
Mulcher, yeah.
So you don't have the grass clippings flying out.
Nope.
Because if you did and ran over that, then that would all come flying out and go somewhere.
And might fly on your feet, which even makes it more irritable.
Or may fly on your neighbor's property.
Well,
or wife's face, which is a good time for all.
That would be really precisional. I don't know if a lawnmower is that good, but I do understand the woman's anger. Like I said, we used to have dogs, but we were very careful about leaving our dogs in the yard all the time, And even if we did go walk them, we were. But like I say, our neighbors are like that, so we don't have her problem with it. Yeah, you just have to be careful about that, because here's the woman who probably went. The problem with the police report, they don't always show what led up to that. I mean, this is something that might have been going on for months. And then all of a sudden you snap and figure, that's it. Okay, I'm going to do this, But
yeah, you don't know if the woman who got charged had talked to the neighbor previously and said, hey, and you don't know the reaction of that person who owned the pet.
Right, and you don't know that she already has and the woman's ignoring you.
Yeah.
Now, if that happened too, why was the woman charged? Like I say, there's a lot more complexity to a story sometimes than the news media lets out.
She probably, again, like I said, she probably just should have mailed it back.
That's it, anonymously, sure. There you go. I mean, she gets it, but it's anonymous. That's a good idea, Jake. Yeah, nice package,
Thank you.
Paper on the outside, a little bow on it.
What happened to the old days when you just put it on the front step and let it on fire? Yeah.
Yeah, they don't do that anymore, I don't think. Kids, they're sitting in front of the computers. They're not having fun anymore.
Thank you, Tom.
Bye.
Bye. We'll get back to your calls, 591-8900. It's 531 NWS.
Shoot it, fish farmers, one of those flaming bags again.
Don't put it out with your boots, Dad.
Don't tell me my business, devil woman. Call the fire department. This was out of control.
Awake with Jake. Jake Hartford, 890 AM, WLS. exclusively updated news, audio, video, photo galleries, and listen live. There's always something interesting for you at WLSAM.com. Awake with Jake. Jake Hartford on 890 AM WLS.
5:36, Awake with Jake, right here on WLS, as the man said. Here's the Saturday lineup put together today just for you, the listener. At 12 o'clock, it's Bruce Wolf and Dan Proft. They go 12 until 2. 2 until 3, it will be Eddie and Jobo. And then 3 to 4:30, Larry Kudlow. Chet Kopic comes in at 5:30 with the Notre Dame pregame show. And then at 6 o'clock, Notre Dame will be playing Michigan State, up in Michigan State, East Lansing. So there you go. You can just back to back, Bruce and Dan to Eddie and Jobo. You're going to want to tape that whole 3 hours. That's what you're going to want to do. Tony in Andersonville, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, Jake, you were talking about dogs crapping on lawns. Well, I got a small lawn. I have hardly not a lawn at all. It's about 10 feet by 20 feet. Just a little curbside thing. And you know, it's grass. So you don't get much grass.
Now, do you have a riding mower?
Huh? No, I got a push mower.
Okay.
Anyway, this woman comes by with like a German Shepherd type dog, craps on my lawn every morning. I told her, next time that dog craps on my lawn, I'm going to put this in your purse. Well, she just looked at me and walked away. Next day, I'm sitting on my porch, listening to the radio. Oh, by the way, I'm glad you're on WLS because my radio doesn't have a little dial thing that goes across, and it's always on WLS all day long. So I'm glad you're on there.
So you were sitting on your porch listening to Don and Roma.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
She walks. How'd you know that?
Because your radio's always on WLS.
Oh, okay, yeah. And anyway, she walks by with this damn dog, craps in my lawn. I had my lawn gloves on, and when I picked up that crap, and she had one of these shoulder bags on, kind of open, I stuck it right in her purse. That was it. That dog or her never came back again. That's the solution.
Now, did the men in blue pay a visit to you, Tony?
No, they did not visit to me.
I'm surprised they didn't.
No, they didn't. She was wrong. She was wrong. Anyway.
You were just returning something to her. That's all you were doing.
Pardon me?
You're just returning something to her.
That's all.
Yeah.
She gave me a gift. I gifted it back to her. Anyway, if you want a good cure for hemorrhoids, go on 911 Pasta Tony on YouTube. I got a great cure. You'll really like it.
All right. We'll look it up. Thank you, Tony.
Okay. Thanks. Bye.
Rick in Rossville. Hello, Rick.
Hey, Jake, what's going on?
It's a very uplifting show today.
Yeah, how about it? I mean, you know, kind of nice thing to wake up to in the morning. I mean, like the last caller, I mean, I live in a corner house, and I mean, I don't think it's even got a fire hydrant. So, you know, not only do I get the crap, I get the pee. But the thing is that, you know, what I want to know is what kind of grade is it? I mean, there's a big difference. I mean, it's nice to be insulting, but at the same time, when you're being insulted, it's like, you know, how are you being insulted now? Is it like just like a homemade food, or is it kennel ration, or is it Iams? And if I'm going to be insulted, I want it to be Iams. It has to be Iams.
All right, thank you, Rick.
And you know, hold on, Jake. You're missing the whole point here.
Yeah, I'm working a high wire without a net right now. Go ahead.
One other thing is that our way around it too is that, like these people in the morning, now that it's getting darker earlier and all that.
It's not getting darker earlier. It's just taking longer to get lighter.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess it depends on how you look at it.
Yeah.
But what I do is that I'll get the blower out, and if I know they're going to be there every morning, which they are, I go and I blow it out into the sidewalk. So then that way, well, you get the idea. When they walk the dog, it's on the sidewalk, and they're not looking what they're doing. And there you go. Oh, by the way, Tampa Bay, I think they overtook the Yankees, didn't they?
I don't know.
So you got to find a new team.
I don't know who won last night. We'll find out.
So, but
well, you know what? If depending on the you know what? Never mind. I'm not going to even go there. Bye, Rick.
But I'm an Iams kind of man.
Okay.
Got to remember that.
If anybody from Iams is listening, you have no dog though. Carl in Chicago. Good morning, Carl.
Jake, how are you? Happy Saturday morning.
Thank you.
Yippee-ki.
Thank you.
Thank you for putting a smile on my dog Wally's face. He loves dog feces jokes. He was really slapping his knee when you were telling that story. Wally's older now.
I hope he behaves himself.
Well, when I take him for a walk, he's older, and when he goes to the bathroom, when he has a BM, sometimes he has trouble, and he growls a little bit as he's going. So that coined the term. When my wife is in the bathroom, I tell my friend she's on the growler. But I finally found out why it's bad not to pick up after your dog. Because the dog's digestive system, it goes through so fast that they don't digest their food completely, and that ends up being food for rats. That's one of the major hazards. So if your dog is going to the bathroom, and if the rats know you're not going to pick up after your dog, they're putting on their bibs and they have their knife and fork ready because it's like a hot meal being served. They're getting ready to eat when the dogs are going to the bathroom if they know you're not going to pick up after them.
Yeah, but in Chicago, we've got coyotes who eat the rats.
True. So it's a circular kind of a thing. So it seems like everybody benefits from it.
Yeah, that's the circle of life.
But it is getting dark earlier.
In the evening.
Yeah.
But not in the morning.
No, it's not.
And pretty soon it'll be time change. Time change.
That's right.
Spring back, fall forward.
There you go.
All right, thank you, Carl.
You take care. Bye-bye.
Let's go to Ben in Bridgeview. Good morning, Ben.
Yeah, I want to tell you about a friend of mine, Jake. What he did, he took it and he rubbed it.
This was you, wasn't it?
Huh?
This was you, wasn't it?
No.
No, it's always a friend of mine.
And he took it and rubbed the stuff on the rear doorknob and the front doorknob, and that did the trick. No more dog coming there.
Well, how did that stop the dog from coming there? Because the dog can't reach the doorknob.
Yeah, because they walk them on a leash.
That would make sense. Thank you, Ben.
Okay, bye-bye.
Gunnar in Palos Heights.
Hey, great being able to talk to you.
Thank you.
I love the folks you get on the line.
And you're one of them.
Yep. I'm next in line.
Yeah, you are.
How you doing?
I'm fine. What can I do for you, Gunnar?
I'm just wondering, what do you think about the Republicans fighting off these women that are conservative?
You know what? I'm going to get to that in a little bit, okay?
Oh, okay.
Take notes. Have a pen and paper handy.
Promise.
All right. Bye-bye, Gunnar.
Okay. Take care.
Yeah, we're going to get to that in a little bit. Because it fits into the whole theme of arrogance today. Man. Did you see Oprah the other day? We had a little bit of the Oprah at the start of the show. Starting her 25th year, her final season. I told my wife the other day, because there was this big rumor that Oprah's going to do something really special for the first show. And a friend of mine, Greg Alexander, loves Honey Crisp apples. And this is kind of at the time they come in the season. And he wanted to get one before Oprah because Oprah loves them. So my wife said, what did he say? And I said, well, he was telling me what Oprah's big surprise is. Oh, she said, what's the big surprise on the show, the first show? I said, Oprah's going to give 25 bushels of Honey Crisp apples to everybody in the studio audience. She's kind of cornered the whole Chicago market on the apples. I was just funning with her, right? Because that's what I do. Well, fun back on me. I'm sleeping Monday night. Fell asleep. I'm sleeping. She wakes me up about 11:30. She's watching Oprah. She didn't watch Oprah in the morning. She's watching the rerun at night. She wakes me up, and she says, she hasn't given the apples yet. She had Don Johnson on, but she hasn't given the apples yet. I'm like, what apples? She said the 25 bushels to each member of the audience. So now I can't go back to sleep, but she won't let me. What happened to the apples? You told me the apples. So now what they did, Oprah brings out John Travolta, and they bring out this mock-up of a Qantas airplane. She's taken the studio audience to Australia. Then I guess once they get down there, some are going to go one place, some the other place. And Travolta comes out. He's dressed in a Qantas pilot's outfit. And apparently he flies for Qantas. I didn't know his career went that far down. And not that it's a bad career to fly for Qantas, but, you know, he was a movie star. And he's part-time delivering pizzas on an airplane. I don't know. But then we're watching, and I'm trying to sleep, and she won't let me sleep because she's got to see the damn apples all the way until the end, past midnight. And, of course, there are no apples. I made that up. Yeah, that's right. Well, there's a lesson there. But then I was reading Richard Roper a day or so later, and you hear him on with Road 2 to 6 Monday through Friday here. He thought there were people in that audience that when they found out they were going to Australia weren't too happy about it. Because, well, they got to go because Oprah's giving them the trip, but they'd rather have the money or rather not. And I'm thinking to myself, how many people ever get a chance to go to Australia? And if you really could go, you'd probably go somewhere else because it's hard to get to. It's like an 18-hour flight. And I'm telling you, Oprah's not flying economy. She's not in coach. And so he was kind of like, well, would you take the trip? Of course you would. I mean, the drawback is you're going to have to be there with Oprah and Gayle King all the time. But, you know, but it's a trip. It's a free trip. It's Australia. I always wanted to go there because I had to cross it off my list. My bucket list has gotten very short. 5:48, back after this in WLS.
Jake Hartford is on 890 AM WLS.
I understand there's an election coming up.
News happens here.
We're not going back.
First,
the American people didn't send us here to just think about our jobs.
I want to know when they're going to start thinking about our future, our kids, not just their jobs.
People are tired of politicians that are not living up to their obligations.
That's what the voters are looking for.
Tea Partiers, 9/12ers, whatever.
890 AM.
That's the America that I see.
WLS.
I've been hearing that Toyota is going to offer some really amazing deals soon. Well, I know a great opportunity when I hear it, but how can I tell when specifically is the best time to buy and take advantage of these deals?
Presenting Toyota's Now's the Time sales event.
It's not like somebody's just going to come out and tell you.
See, now is the time. Now. The great deals are happening now. Right now at your local Toyota dealer, you can lease a new 2010 Prius for $219 a month for 36 months with $19.99 to its signing plus taxes and fees. Plus, get $750 cash back, enough to cover your payments through the end of the year. Or choose 0.9% APR financing for 60 months.
Figuring out when I should buy. That's the trick.
Yeah, that would be now. Visit your local Toyota dealer to learn more. Offers end October 4th.
0.9 APR financing for 60 months with $1,705 per $1,000 borrowed. Lease and APR on approved credit from Toyota Financial Services. Call 1-800-79-TOYOTA for lease details. Cash back from Toyota Motor Sales USA Inc. Offers may vary by region. See participating dealer for details.
Hear that? That's the sound of recovery, of small businesses beginning to grow again. And at Chase, we're doing our part to help. We've committed $10 billion to small business lending. We're making loans more affordable with our lowest rates in years. And now we've designed the only loan that actually rewards you for hiring employees. Introducing the Loan for Hire only from Chase. Hire a new employee, get a lower rate. When your small business is approved for a new loan, you get an immediate half-point rate discount for each new employee you hire, up to 3 employees. And if your business checking is also with Chase, you'll get another half-point on top of that. That's as much as 2% off our lowest rates in years, which could save you thousands of dollars. It's the Loan for Hire only from Chase. The only loan designed to reward you for growing your business. Visit a branch or go to chase.com/loan-for-hire for details. Chase what matters.
Some restrictions, requirements, and fees may apply. Offer expires 12/31/2010. All lines of credit are subject to approval. Not valid in combination with any other lending offer. JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A. Member FDIC. Equal opportunity lender.
Olivet Nazarene University. Believe. Become.
I believe if you can't pronounce it, you shouldn't order it. I believe your best friend at work is the IT guy. And I believe with the right education, I can become a professional who brings more value and integrity to the workplace.
Olivet Nazarene University's business programs build on your experience and education to help you develop not only sound business skills, but also an ethical perspective for applying them. Olivet. Believe. Become. Call 1-877-9-OLIVET.
They're very proactive. Any kind of assistance that we need, they're always right there stepping in. My name is Tricia Bailey David. I'm with ATC Technology Corporation, and we have our health care coverage through Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois. We moved to Blue Cross 3 years ago. The move can be challenging, but the employees embraced it, and Blue Cross Blue Shield really assisted with the transition. The employee response has been all positive. I was a little nervous making such a huge move, but it was seamless. The relationship with them is so easy. They've always gone the extra mile to take the human touch to the employees. That's what's unique about it. When they're talking to you, you are the most important person. They care. They absolutely care.
Non-investor owned means your member ID number comes with a promise to never treat you like a number. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois. Experience, wellness, everywhere. An independent licensee of the Blue Cross and Blue Shield Association.
Tune in Saturday afternoon at 4:30, right before Notre Dame football, for the Unconventional Wisdom, the CSE Investment Show. Learn how to lock in a return on your stock investments.
The latest national news is just minutes away with ABC News updates at the top and bottom of every hour on 890 AM WLS. Jake Hartford is on 890 AM WLS.
Yes, I am. 5:53, right here on WLS. Every Saturday, 5 until 7. The caller asked about what's going on in the elections. And see, this ties in the whole arrogance thing. It started a year ago with the Tea Party. It started with Santelli, Rick Santelli on the floor of the Chicago trading floor there, making that comment about the people are getting angry. And I think what the people were getting angry about was the politicians weren't listening. They weren't. They had a tin ear. Remember, they had the last August, a year ago August, they had the town hall meetings, and the politicians didn't like what they were getting from their constituents, and the people that were upset were getting demonized. They were the evil Republicans, but they forgot that there were Democrats in the crowd and liberals, and not liberals. There could have been, but there were independents there, and then you had the elections. You had that one in Virginia where they changed the governor, and then that guy in New Jersey. You remember that one? Who was that rich guy that he wanted to be senator, and then he decided he didn't want to be senator anymore. And then so he left the Senate and became the governor. And then Frank Lautenberg, who had retired from the Senate from New Jersey, had to come back and take his Senate seat. But remember, he ran for governor. What was his name? The real rich guy. He was in that accident. Traffic accident, and Obama came in and campaigned for him, and then after he lost, they were saying, well, of course he lost because he wasn't a good candidate. It was this, that, whatever. It was always a reason why that the people were electing the new people and getting rid of the old. And then when Brown won in Massachusetts, that's a Democratic state, and he won as a Republican, it was like, well, they blamed that on Bush. Remember? So now you got all these elections coming, and then the Tea Party's been fielding candidates, and they've been knocking off incumbents. Republican incumbents been knocked off. You got Democrats who are saying, hey, that they're not running for re-election. And health care was going to be the big issue. Remember when people, and I think that's the thing that really turned the people off, because they didn't want it, not in the form it was in. But so now you got these elections. And then I wasn't paying attention the other day. This woman in Delaware, Christine O'Donnell, beat Castle, who was the Republican rep. And I know there's talk about her background. She supposedly was foreclosed on, and she had this trouble and that trouble, and okay, fine. And if you think about it, that's a real person. She's not a professional politician. She's a real person who understands everything. And so I'm listening to this the other day, and then my wife started reading the story to me out of the Sun-Times about Obama. He's got this new book coming out, and he talks about how his mom was gave him discipline and drive and all that. And it mentions when he was in college, he was doing coke and stuff. My wife didn't know that. I said, yeah, keep that knowledge away from the kids. In case they want to become president, they want to do that. So she hasn't done that, O'Donnell in Delaware. But she has had some of these other problems. But the day after she won, her opponent, Castle, his staff came out and they just trashed her again. I guess he never called to congratulate her. Sore loser, I guess. But, so, I'm watching news the other night, and now I'm up to speed on what's going on. You know, this woman was part of the Tea Party movement and this and that. She's just a regular person. And then I saw a Democrat come on the TV and make the case why this woman's unelectable. And you know what this person said? This Democrat said about O'Donnell? She's against masturbation. I went, what? And she repeated it. She's against masturbation. And I thought to myself, unemployment's at 10%. Record foreclosures. The trade deficit is spiraling out of control. 50 million people don't have health insurance. And people are going to go to the polls in November, and they're going to go, I can't be for this person. She's against masturbation. Come on. Really? That's what you got? And I'm thinking, when the original Mayor Daley was alive and they used to slate candidates, and like when they called in Frank Annunzio and they wanted to run him for Congress, did they say, Mr. Annunzio, we need to know, how do you feel about masturbation? Oh, we can't slate you. You can't be a candidate. Is that what it's come to? Is that what it's come to? It's the arrogance. It's the arrogance of the politicians from both sides. They get in there in Washington. They think they know what's better for everybody, and then they don't want to leave. And when you vote them out, they still don't want to leave. Lisa Murkowski in Alaska is going to have a write-in candidacy now to keep her Senate seat. She doesn't want to leave. Didn't they offer her something nice, a good lobbyist position or something? Well, you know what? I have to leave this hour, and we have another hour to come. If you're on the phone line, stay there. We'll get to you. 591-8900. Awake with Jake and WLS.
You're listening to Jake Hartford, 890 AM WLS.